Alright, so I've had some people ask me this question: how do you lock up new growth? Now, if you don't know what new growth is, look at my hair. That's new growth, or specifically the roots. But just to show you a little more closely, take out one of these dreadlocks. Boom, you see this one is the Congo, but this is one that I could intentionally combine. And it has a little knot right there where I combined it, but the rest of this up here, straight up new growth, which means that it isn't locked up. It's just hair that grew straight out of, you know, the hair. It's not locked up or anything. And I have about 2 inches of new growth. Now, how do you lock that up? Because I know people have problems keeping a retwist. You would get a retwist one day, you would sweat, it will puff up, your retwist would be ruined. It looked like you never even had a retwist. I've experienced that before. And me, I'm semi-freeforming. But I'm gonna have to sacrifice a little bit just for this video, just for demonstration purposes. So any of the dreadlock police out there who are gonna bash me for doing this to my hair and still calling my hair semi-freeform, chill. But this is gonna be kind of scary to me because I haven't twisted my hair in 5 months. So let's see how this goes. See, this type of stuff I do for y'all. But anyways, how do you lock up new growth? Because of course, if you think about it, your hair takes about 4 to 5 months to lock up. And when you retwist that new growth, that will also take 4 to 5 months to lock up, but usually doesn't even stay together. It just unravels before then, right? Because you wash your hair and stuff. So it gets kind of tricky. But one thing that kind of solves all those problems is either interlocking, or which I do not recommend you interlock. So I'm not even going to talk about the reason why I don't recommend interlocking. It does get your hair really tight to the scalp, but it makes your hair look knotted up basically, which it doesn't really look like a dread. It looks like kind of like a braid and just a whole bunch of knots together, which could cause breakage and thinning and stuff like that, but y'all don't want to go through that. So the better method, the way better method, is using a crochet needle, the best dreadlock tool there is really. And I'm gonna show y'all exactly how this works. So you see we have this dreadlock right here with all of this new growth. I'm gonna teach y'all exactly how to get rid of it and lock it up for good. So you want to take it and twist it at the root. Like I said, it's kind of scary because I have not twisted my, oh, this dread is no longer semi-freeform. It's kind of scary, I'm not even gonna lie, but boom. You see it's now twisted up. Actually, what I recommend doing before that is combing through the new growth just to make sure that it's not really tangled up or anything, because just make sure that you preserve a lot of length so there aren't little clumped up hairs together. But you just want to take the dreadlock that you want to lock up and you want to twist it. Don't do it with water because you want your hair to be as dry as possible. You just want to keep on twisting it up dry because it does take a little longer for it to actually learn to stay in that pattern and to not just completely like unravel, because you kind of just want it to look like a little coil. So it's starting to get there, see? So once it's kind of all in that general area, it's all coiled up, you want to get your crochet needle, right? Get your crochet needle, and you want to start at the root. This is so important. Start at the root, or about 1/2 inch away from the root, and go in and out of your hair. So if you don't know what it's doing, it's push your hair through and pull it in. So basically just tangling up the hair. And you want to keep it a little twisted up, not super tight, but just a little bit, because I'll make sure that you maintain some thickness and that your dread doesn't go thinning and stuff. But you take it and just go in and out, in and out, in and out. And make sure that you're pointing downwards, not upwards, because that could pull hair out of the scalp and cause thinning dreadlocks, and also balding and a whole bunch of other stuff that you don't want to happen. And if you feel snagging on your scalp, make sure that you just go really, really, really slow. And once you feel like that part is locking up, you can go ahead and go move down a little. And you want to make sure you grip that with your fingers so it's still like clumped up together so it could pull in all the hair and lock it up. But basically, yeah, it's as simple as going in and out of the dreadlock with the really small crochet needle. And you're going to see the before and after, and it's going to be a huge difference. Which really, as I'm talking right now, is pretty much all locked up. And boom, it should be all the way locked up. Now you see how there's kind of like a little weird spot right here. All you need to do is like roll it together, make sure that it's cylindrical, and just pull everything in. And take your time with it. You don't want to go too quickly with it. Make sure you don't stab your fingers, because that can hurt. And another reason why you don't want to go like really fast towards the roots is because obviously like you could rip some hair out of your root, but not only that, you can also break some hair on the inside with like the needle like snipping it or something. And you don't want to do that because that could thin out the middle of your dreadlocks, then ultimately thin out your whole dreadlock because of the breakage. Alright, so it should be locked all the way up. See how locked up it is? At first it was locked up, and you can unravel it, untwist and everything. It won't really unravel because it's locked up. But one thing that is going to be pretty much impossible to get is all this, like the minuscule amount of new growth right here, because first off, you don't really want to crochet hook that because it's just way too close to the scalp. Plus there's a limit on how tight you can really pull it, and really just because it isn't really safe to pull in all that hair anyways. I just put a little bit of water on my hair, and all I need to do is just twist all that new growth up. That's all you need to do is twist it up, and you can hold it in with a clip or something, but I usually just, you know, can hold it like this. And don't worry about this fuzzy hair in front. That's supposed to be my tapered hairline, but you know, it keeps on rolling in because I haven't cut my hair in a while. But that's pretty much it. And boom, you have a pretty, this is my first retwisted dreadlock in like 5 months, which is, I don't know, kind of weird, but it's cool. But anyways, that's how you lock up your new growth. I'll show y'all a before and after right here. And this hair is all the way locked up, like it's good to go. You can wash it, all that stuff, and it won't unravel. And this is very effective, especially for people who have large amounts of new growth. But now if you have like a few centimeters of new growth, then of course that stuff is always going to puff back up because it can't really lock up yet. I'm talking about people who have like large amounts of new growth, 1, 2, 3 or even more inches of new growth, then the crochet needle method and locking that hair up is great. And it's way better than interlocking because it doesn't damage your hair or make knots in your hair and stuff like that. It just naturally locks up your hair. Another method is you can palm roll the roots, but I don't know if it'll be that effective just because it's kind of hard to get your whole palm at the root. But that's how you lock up your roots. Very, very, very simple. And of course for the whole head it could take a little while, but if you really want that really clean look, or if you have some loose hairs on the side and all that stuff, or if you have a large amount of new growth and you want it to be completely locked up, then this works very well. But anyways, I thank you so much for watching this video. If this video helped you out, or if you liked it, please make sure I like it. If you want to see more videos from me in the future, please make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so y'all never miss out on another video from me in the future. And with that being said, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video.